Alright, welcome back. We've unlocked some more portions of the manor here. Let's, I guess we'll just go into these in order. We got an ice room already. Okay, there's a ghost here. There's a ghost here, mumbling and muttering and yammering something about eggs? Interpret his disjointed ravings. Hang on a second, you tried to poach an egg by shooting it? For dadgum, yes, that's what I did. Heck, of course I did. That's how you poach an egg. Pappy didn't raise no fool. But dadgum for egg rolled out of the way of the bullet, ricocheted off the bottom of the crock pot and got me between the peepers for dadgum. It's not how you poach an egg. What are you talking out of your head like that? Of course 'tis. No, it isn't. Dadgummit, boy, me and my poppy and his pappy have been poachers all our lives, and I know more about poaching than you ever will. Okay, but that's not the same kind of poaching. What's all this daggum sass much talking, boy? Poaching's poaching. I'm going to prove you so wrong as soon as I figure out how to. Okay, do I have to poach an egg? It's a well-stocked spice rack, but all of the spices are really boring. Can't get past him. Okay. It's the same thing. Do you know how to poach an egg? What? No, I've never stolen an egg in my life, and you can't prove otherwise. Oh, okay. Do you do much cooking, Doc? I suppose you're preparing a joke about me drinking all my meals. Well, I'm a pretty good cook, I'll have you know. My bourbon-basted pork ribs are the star of the town potluck. Do any of your recipes not have whiskey in them? Rum cake? Mm-hmm. Alright, well... somebody left the ice room door open. That explains the ice. Close it. Go inside. Cold resistance. What do I have that gives me cold resistance right now? Oops. That's not what I meant to do. I didn't even know this was a thing. This house isn't on any map you've ever seen, and if it's on a map you haven't seen, well, that's a map. That map isn't doing you any good. You could probably take that coach back to Dirtwater if you wanted. Interesting. So it lets me just retreat out of the DLC completely at a moment's notice. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, what gives me the cold resistance? Do I have it inherent from something? Maybe it's from one of my perks that I don't remember. I mean, I assume this means I have it. That I don't need to equip something for it. Okay. Well, let's go inside. So yeah, seems fine. Okay, no ghosts in here, but there's a normal person, which they seem like they're having a good time. Hi, hey, hi, excuse me. You seem to be trapped in a block of ice. That was just what I wanted to talk to you about, actually. Can you get me out of here somehow? Besides the whole frostbite thing, I'm supposed to be running the elevator. Oh, here we go. And there aren't any proper stairs in this crazy place, so that's kind of important. Let me think. This seems like a terrible idea where I will burn somebody to death, but given the way this game works, I don't think it's going to do that. This will probably work for unknown reasons. What about a whole lot of fire? What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, no, stop. Better close your eyes. With a loud whoosh, the elevator operator is freed from her block of ice, and also from her eyebrows and a fair amount of her hair. Thanks, I guess. I'm gonna go see if I can find some burn cream before I get back to my elevator. A job medium well done. Well, I sure am good at this. Frozen goods of unknown composition and provenance. It's a Magimech Tech brand deep freeze unit. Unidentifiable matter, frozen solid, bags of frozen food. Alright, no eggs in here. you gain? Think you can teach my granny to poach eggs by daggum? Alright, well. Let's keep looking for eggs. Check the dining room. After that, we'll check the elevator, I guess. A big rack of expensive looking plates. Look more closely. Oops. Oops. Well. Oh, it says boo. Hilarious. This seems terrible. I'm sure I won't hate this. This ghost is cramming his face with invisible food. Maybe he's the ghost of an emperor? Correct his manners. Hey, buddy. Hey. Huh? Come on, man. At least use a napkin or stick your pinkies out or something. Oh, sorry about that. I'm just so hungry. What's going on here? This waiter doesn't know how to make ghost food, so he's just giving me imaginary food and hoping I won't know the difference. I feel kind of bad about dragging him into this mess, so I've been pretending to eat it to humor him. I'm starving. Huh, you need some actual ghost food? Maybe I can help you out. Oh god, yes please. Specifically what I want is a bowl of chili. A bowl of chili with a gun, without a gun in it. Okay, what? That's what I'm craving. I guess it's probably because of how I died. Oh, this'll be good. Whoops. How did you die? Well, I was eating some chili and it had a gun in it. Did you choke? What? No, it went off and shot me to death. Why did... Look, all I know is I need to eat a bowl of gunless chili in order to satisfy my hunger and pass into onto the afterlife. Okay, well, I'll see what I can do. One of the museum staff is frantically serving empty plates to the ghost, who is politely pretending to shovel the food in by the fistful. He seems too busy to talk to you. Alright. Cart's laden with empty dishes. It's a deserted dessert cart. Okay, it's not entirely deserted, it's just deserted of desserts. Just desserts. You got an item, small blowtorch. That might have been a more... a way to deal with the ice block with more finesse. Oh well. Do you ever make chili? Sure, doesn't everybody? Do you put a gun in it? Come on, you can't hardly call it chili if it doesn't have a gun in it. No, I'm just kidding, that's insane. Phew. Alright, well... Oh, great, it's you. Welcome to the elevator. At this point, all we can do is go to the second floor. Why just the second floor? The button for the third floor is missing. If you want to help, maybe you can burn down the entire manor and dig it out of the ashes. I mean... she has fair concerns. That's all I'll say. Hey, there's a little tin on here labeled chili spices that might be useful. Take it. Alright. I'm guessing that does not make for a full meal. And none of this. Okay, so still nothing to make. I'm guessing maybe once I defeat this guy, I can actually make chili. That's probably what's required. I don't think there's gonna be anything... There's not gonna be anything in here, right? Okay. Alright, time to go to the second floor, I guess. Current location. They've got a library down the hall here. Think they'll have any good science books? I've read all the good ones. Oh, unless maybe they have the new issue of Inscrutable Mechanics? Only one way to find out. The bottom edge of this frame looks thicker than the other edges. Well, that's suspicious. You're fond of these fronds. Painting of a complicated shape. Painting of some folks at a cafe back east. Oh, this is a lot. Okay. Restroom. Guess rich people use the bathroom one toilet at a time, just like the rest of us. Take that, irresponsible wealth. Medicine cabinet, which is a cabinet for storing medicine. Interesting, what's inside? Ointment, that's what's inside. Old-timey ointment. This is a tube of medicinal ointment old enough that it contains every single ingredient the government has ever banned. Increases your armor by 17, your hot and cold resistance by 20% for the rest of the day. That's pretty nice. Fancy vanity. It's a fancy vanity and it reminds you of your own fancy vanity. Indulge it. Pry the biggest and most valuable chunks of wax out of your ears. That's really gross. What's this? It's like a normal bathtub, but the faucet is up really high, and there's a curtain around it. Take the curtain. It's a curtain. It's curtains for you. Oh, okay. Got an item, shower curtain. This is actually just a white sheet. The shower was invented so recently that they haven't really figured out what these things should be yet. I don't... You know, I know a decent amount about the history of the toilet. I know very little about the history of the shower. I feel like that's not something that should be that modern of an invention. You know? Technically I feel like it should be an older invention than a toilet. Because a toilet requires like a very deliberate idea of how plumbing and stuff works, whereas to invent a shower, all you got to do is look at a waterfall and go, that's a nice place to wash my body, and then you try and replicate that in some other form with a sluice or something. Maybe, you know, not complicated piping, but some version of it. I don't know. But whether or not that's the case, yeah. All right. Let's see. A messy stripe of brightness on a dark background. Okay. So these are all references to famous paintings or artists. You don't know what these cans mean, but you know they mean it 12 times. Abstract buddies. Okay. Not a lot actually going on out in these landing areas. A book is a terrible thing to not read. What does this switch do? Flip it and see. Hilarious. It's a big dictionary on a pedestal. Could come in handy if someone tells you to look something up in your funk and wagnalls. Look something up. Oh, it's got an actual entry. Interesting. This ghostly librarian is glaring at you as if daring you to make a noise. Excuse me, but shh. Okay, sorry, I was just shh. Okay, geez, is this good? I suppose it will do. Now, what was your question? Can you help me with some library stuff? Could you perhaps be more specific? I'm looking for some of that delicious paste. That paste is for book repairs, not for eating. Please? No. I was wondering how you died. If it's not too personal question. I was caught in the crossfire in a library shootout. Wow, what happened? A pair of ruffians got into a heated argument over the comparative motifs of Anton Chekhov versus Heinrich Ibsen, and when they started shooting, I attempted to step in and stop them. I simply won't abide gunfire in my library. It's far too loud. That's your only objection? No, let's go with this one. Ibsen versus Chekhov, huh? What was their point of contention? This better not be a fucking Chekhov's gun joke. I don't recall the particulars. I just remember the Chekhov fan shouting, "Remember the gun I showed you in Act 1? Motherfucker. Remember that gun I showed you in Act 1 before opening fire? The noise was dreadful." Sorry, I'm just taking a moment. That's your only objection, the noise? That's quite sufficient. I won't tolerate noise of any stripe, and certainly not gunfire. I'll see what I can do. Okay, so oh, there's a guy here. There's a guy lying here trapped underneath a large book. You okay under there? Shh, no talking back there. Sorry. Jeez. The guy is still trapped here under his book. Take a closer look. Turns out the book... It turns out to be a book about geology. It's bound in stone, and appears that each chapter is devoted to a different type of stone and is printed on slabs of the stone in question. This isn't going to be easy to move. I'm guessing there might be another... There's got to be another solution to these. Do I want to... Maybe I'll wait and see, rather than forcing it, if I can find out what the answers are, because those are kind of fun, even if I can just, you know, bypass it with the level of skills I have at this point. Alright, well... This is very hard to navigate with the mouse this time. Alright. So do I get to shoot this one? Shh. Please, can I shoot this one? I don't know, your gun is pretty loud. I could just hit her with it. Alright, we'll come back to that in a bit. But we got some other places to look into first.